I'm at the lake. This is the lake where my best friend Dani died. Early November in the year 2020. Dani and I were very good buddies. We used to talk all the time and learn together. We would share YouTube videos of different people, different speakers, different ways of thinking. We would watch them and then we'd talk about it. You know, the standard people, all different types of politicians, right wing, left wing. TED Talks, we would share those. We studied Eckhart Tolle together and Byron Katie. We just went through a lot of phases together. I miss him. He died because he was on his sea-doo in early November. It wasn't ice yet, but nobody really knows what happened. His body was found somewhere over there on the right. He fell off his sea-doo. He had a life jacket on and a helmet. Apparently he either froze to death or drowned. We don't really know. He was going along the shore from St. Anne de Bellevue to Bay d'Urfé at the time. Or something like that. We're not really sure. And it was dark. Apparently somebody heard yelling, or he was yelling for help. I was thinking about the Wim Hof method of how you breathe to warm up your body temperature, and I wondered when he fell in if he thought about it at all, if he tried, or if he was too panicked. Dani was a vegan. He became vegan eventually. I told him if he thought he was a good guy, he needed to become vegan, an ethical vegan for the animals. And after a while, he did it. We would have vegan potlucks together. He would come over sometimes and bring over vegan chicken wings, vegan treats, different cakes, brownies. He was really proud of himself every time he would find something new in the store that was vegan. He'd say, hey, check this out. I never knew this was vegan. And look, they have asparagus in a jar. And oh my God, have you tried this spice? And look at this vegan meat. Stuff like that. I miss him. At the time I was working full-time at a school, and we would talk on the phone at 7 in the morning till 7:20. We'd talk about what are our goals for the day. How will we know that we've achieved them? How will we measure those goals? We talked about Zen Buddhism and being in touch with the breath. Dani was not an outspoken activist. He was not the kind of person who wanted anybody ever to feel bad. He tried hard to be vegan, but without making a big deal out of it. That was because he said he was worried. Said he was worried that people wouldn't like him. I always tried to encourage him to be more outspoken, to be more militant, to be more forceful, to think of the victims. But he would let people off the hook. He said, I will one day. One day I'll get my courage up. One day I'll talk about the animals more. He said, I just need more time. Just need to be vegan a little bit longer. I wonder what he would think. I wish I could talk to him right now and say, well, Dani, maybe you should have been more militant. Maybe you should have been more outspoken. Maybe you should have spoken up when there was dead meat, dead animals on the table at your different events that you went to. I wonder if he would have, if he had known that there was little time. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? When somebody sits at the edge of a lake and talks about you, what will they say? Will they say, he knew about the animal suffering, but he didn't care? Or she knew about this animal suffering and she changed. She became vegan. She became outspoken. She never forgot the suffering of the animals, far off in the distance where nobody can see them, in dark sheds, Holocaust-like conditions. I never really had closure. I never saw Dani. He was cremated and that was it. Having worked as a nurse, though, I knew where his body was. I had put many bodies in the big fridge in the hospital, wheeled them down there, wrapped in white plastic, waiting to be identified. I imagined him there, and I thought, no, stop thinking about him like that. Think about his big smile, his red hair, his big goofy smile. He was so funny. He had this little addiction where he would always put cream on his hands and feet. He had the softest hands and feet of any man I'd ever known. And I know exactly what his fingernails look like. I know him. I know every part of him. We were buddies. I don't believe in heaven and hell. It doesn't stop me from talking to him sometimes, though. You know? It doesn't hurt. He used to be good at figuring things out, finding solutions to problems. He was a good listener. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. My friend, his name was Dani Lafontaine. Thanks for listening.